Hey everybody, it's your girl J9E. I am here. We're going to watch this hilarious video, which I personally have a little bit of insight in on. I want to share. Funny story. I got violated in the metaverse. For those who don't know, the metaverse is Oculus, which is now like the Oculus. It used to be called Oculus, and now this company is called Meta. So, the goggles and stuff, the VR. I love it. I have the Oculus 2 goggles, and it's very realistic. I've been to the metaverse. It is, it's pretty cool, right? Okay, so we're just going to get into it, and then I'll give my own personal experience and stuff as we go through. Hearing what they say about what happened to this poor person in the metaverse. Go on, play it back for me.
Welcome back, Playback. Here to inform you that you're not even safe in the metaverse.
We need to talk about sexual assault in the metaverse. A woman was recently groped in Horizon Worlds, Facebook, aka Meta's virtual reality social media platform. The platform is actually still just in beta phase, and already sexual assault is occurring. Meta referred to the incident as absolutely unfortunate and said that
the fact that they replied,
What's wrong with you?
they're like, it's so unfortunate. It's like, what else are you supposed to say? That sucks. It's like, I've been getting teabagged for decades. Shut the fuck up, bro. I did not consent to you dragging your virtual Call of Duty balls across my face after you kill me, bitch. But I've been dealing with it, and nobody has written an article about my fucking struggles.
So just so people who don't know what's going on, so Facebook recently changed their name to Meta, and it's for the metaverse, a virtual reality world where you can go in there, have your avatar, go around, talk to people, communicate, build a community. And
It's Oculus that changed its name to Meta. But yeah,
I believe that there's going to be like the new form of social media eventually, or at least especially video gaming. So it is very interesting to me. However, I guess I don't know. First of all, I don't know why people are confused like this is happening, because it's like,
How could you be surprised, bro?
yeah, I mean, because like if people are doing it in real life now, in a world where there's potentially no repercussions outside of like you
getting banned,
yeah,
and then you make a new account.
exactly. So there's no repercussions at all. So if they're doing it in a real world where there's repercussions, why would they not do it in a world where there's no repercussions, in a fake world? And they can definitely justify it to their mind, because they're like, well, nobody's really getting touched.
There's just no ands and what's about it.
True, yeah.
And when you hopped on the game, you just knew in one way or another you were gonna be violated. But that was the game, though. You just walked around in this virtual world or a created world that anybody made, and you can move in this VR space. That's what it was. So
yeah, they definitely take out the human factor. Like the room for error is always linked in with the human factor. If there are going to be humans involved, there's going to be that room for that error, that mistake, that crime, if you will. Because not all of us, the screws are tight. Not all of us are chemically balanced. We're humans. There's so many different variations of ways that you can be.
They're just calling it the metaverse now, but it's been already going on.
It's been existing, and this type of behavior has been existing. Niggas nuts been on my face for decades at this point.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what's funny though is that, like, if we have petas here in real life, if we create a different world virtually, when we moved to telephones, when phones became a thing, phone sex became a thing, the petas have always existed, prostitutes have always existed. These things have always been around, and they have used every time of tech. As we get technologically more advanced, so do they. Like, they're humans too, so they are using the same technology. So the thing that you're not gonna get like weirdos in a place like this, especially when there's gonna be a shit ton of kids on there. If you don't think the petas are showing up for that, you don't think they're going to spend $300 for a VR, for a headset, so that they can sit and listen to a bunch of kids. They could go in there and pretend to be kids and run off and play with children This is a petter's paradise. Okay. But it goes with the game. It goes along with it's there. Unless y'all gonna use some of this technology, find a technology that's purpose is just to find and get rid of these people. Find some kind of way to make it so that they can't use these things, which sounds great, but I just don't see it happening. Then it's just something that we have to know exists. And if we're going to be super ultra sensitive about everything there, then we might as well just sit tight where we are and just not advance any further. Because there's always going to be people who just are going to choose to make a big enough deal to kind of halt things. You know what I mean? Make a ruckus for attention, fine. But make a ruckus to stop the advances of things. I mean, this is why I don't have a hover car right now. This is why I still got to drive to work as opposed to having a teleportation device. It is 2022, people. I should have my teleportation device by now. We start working with the Chinese here. If we was more willing to work together, humans, with all other humans, were less competitive and more one, cohesive unit, I would be teleporting. I would have a fucking hover car, which I wouldn't need because I had a teleportation device.
I was getting teabagged on Valorant last night.
It's like me saying, like, me playing 2K and nigga dunk on me, and I'm like, bro, come on, dog. Your balls in my face.
Bro, tee him
that's
up,
a
bro.
T. That's a tech. Eject him, dog. I got harassed.
I wonder how seriously she can take this.
The victim should have used Safe Zone, a tool that puts a protective bubble around you if you feel threatened. But I have a bit of an issue with this because it puts responsibility on the person being attacked to find their way.
Cut this off, bro. Cut this off, bro. Cut it off. Cut it off, bro. Cut it off. Cut this off, bro. See, there's no way they use a mechanic called Safe Zone.
And these
to put a force field around you.
You start groping me virtually, nigga. Safe zone.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell. Okay, now here's where my story comes in. So I'm in the metaverse, and like most people on the planet, I do not read the stuff before I click the OK button. I just want in, okay? Just let me in the universe. So I don't know how a lot of the things work in there, right? So. The last time I went in there, was just kind of moving around, and I came across this thing. It was like a Christmas lights show like thing that you could get into, and so a Christmassy lights show thing. So I was trying to get into that though, and while I was trying to get into there, there was other people standing there at the door. Because it says like, over the door, it says ring the doorbell to get in, but the show's already started, so you have to like wait or something like that. So, and there's this big yellow button on the side. So like, you go over and like, pushing this button, and I'm like, I don't feel like anything's happening, So then I go over to this other little door, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's this? And there's this like coin, like spinning, slowly with a face in it. It's just spinning, standing in front of that other door. And I walk up to it, and I'm just like touching it, like, what is this? And then this guy says, standing next to me in there, he says, like in the VR thing, there's a guy standing there. He said, "Oh, that was me," because it disappeared. And suddenly, the little thing disappeared, and there was just this guy standing there. I was like, "What is this? What is it?" And he says, "Oh, that was my protective bubble." Oh God! I'm over here messing with his protective bubble. Like, how is this protecting you from when people don't know what it is and they're messing with it because they don't know what the fuck it is? Like, I didn't know what that was. I'm like, thinking, is this gonna help me get in this door I'm trying to get into? Oh, you have to like look at your wrist and push little buttons and stuff. But if you're gonna be ultra sensitive and stuff, and like, so as soon as somebody starts walking up to you, I'm assuming, how do you even know that they're groping you? Is what I think. Like, because I've been in there, okay, and I've had people literally run through me, so I don't, like they ran through me, like I don't know what, that even would look like. If anything, maybe them standing close to you and then say weird shit. Now that I could get, because that would creep anybody out. But yeah, I accidentally was fucking with somebody's protective bubble. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what it was. It's not like it says what it is. There wasn't a sign over it that said it what it was. Like, it's just like this, looked like a coin slowly flipping, but you can see a face in the center of it. Like, it was just floating in the air. Just, you don't have fucking legs, you know what I'm saying? So, oh gosh, that's just weird.
That's all you had to do, and they didn't do it?
I had a barrier around me like Andrew 18. That means that you dead ass just like wanted it to happen. You were like, you know, if there's a mechanic that prevents this from happening, that's crazy. That means that first of all, let's talk about figure out how sick the internet is. They knew this was gonna happen, so they were like, we're gonna implement a mechanic called Safe Zone, so y'all can
just a force field like you're a Jedi.
Get away from me!
Give me my personal space!
And you still decided not to push that button? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Turn off your PC. Like, go outside.
We don't even there yet. Hold on, wait. Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Calm down. We're not at the point where you can just turn it off. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you can just do just like this. This is what they can do.
I know, right? You're like, oh.
And it's done, nigga. It is done.
Oh my god.
Out of it. And sexual assault in virtual reality is nothing new. It's been happening for years.
Yeah.
This article went viral a few years ago. A woman describing her experience being groped in virtual reality. One of the players took off her helmet, started rubbing her chest, and it just got worse from there. The whole point of virtual reality is to be in a space that is virtually indistinguishable from physical reality, which means these traumas are still incredibly violating.
Stop.
Even if it's in a digital space.
Don't do that. Don't call it trauma.
Wait, took off her helmet. If he took off her helmet, then she wasn't in VR anymore. Then how did he grab her chest? Did she mean in real life?
Don't
But she's sitting there saying it's indistinguishably different, but we know that it is different.
It's different.
Let's not act like first of all, let's not act like the metaverse, because I've seen the graphics that y'all running on it. Let's not act like it's so similar to the real world where you're like, I don't know what the fuck. No, like they're cartoon characters essentially. So let's stop acting like it's the exact same, because it's not the exact same.
It's also not supposed to be indistinguishable. It's supposed to be realistic and supposed to be a realistic community, not indistinguishable from real life. The moment your real life becomes indistinguishable with literally anything else, you're done.
Yeah. Come on, dog.
You're done.
It's definitely a difference. So let's not act like it's that similar.
Yeah, that's what happened in Inception, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
He couldn't tell the reality from what was not real.
Yeah. So that's what y'all saying is happening right now? That you get touched in the metaverse and you're like, ooh, did that happen to me in real life?
Hold on.
But think about what she's really saying.
Can you imagine, like, you don't even have a roof over your head,
and she's like,
and there's someone on the planet complaining about virtual reality trauma
that I have in my living room.
I was in virtual reality. Game. Like, they would do anything to be in your virtual reality.
What she's saying is that if you play a shooting game in a VR and they shot you, and you're like, it's so indistinguishable. I don't know what the fuck. Help me. Oh, fuck. And you take... Okay. I'm still alive.
We need to figure out where we draw the line in our increasingly digital worlds. And it's also important to recognize that real-world problems don't disappear just because you put a virtual reality helmet on. We need to take safety seriously and try to get this right.
Okay, look, what she didn't say, and we all know to be true, just be respectful.
It's like you guys standing outside calling out for Geppettos, you know, the pedos to hey, let's stop with that thing that we're doing with the kiddos. Let's stop. Let's let's just be more civilized. That's not gonna happen. That's their whole thing. That's their whole spiel. This is all they're gonna do until they are off. In fact, they're gonna do it in jail. They're gonna do it wherever they can find to do it. It's just a part of life. These people exist. It sucks, and the justice system won't incinerate them. In fact, they won't even punish them properly because so many of the people who make the laws are fucking Geppettos. So they have this fear. And they're going to come up with this punishment for the Geppettos and then one day be in that position where they get caught Geppettoing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they will not make it. Even the freaking inmates, the prisoners, the most hardened criminals in the world find Geppettos to be the like most disgusting humans on the planet. But you know, the leaders of our civilization can't seem to come to that conclusion. I'll tell you, it's because there's a whole lot of Geppettos in the building. Okay, that's why. That ain't no secret. It ain't no little known secret, because that ain't no secret.
In game chat, because I know the average person I'm playing with is just gonna use it as an opportunity to troll and throw the whole game.
I want to say
so. I hold back because I know how toxic people can be. Just be a reasonable person online, but
it's
know
not gonna
that's
stop,
not gonna
though.
happen.
It's
You
not
know
gonna-
that's not gonna happen.
If anything, it's worse online because again, there are no repercussions.
So you want to read the article?
Yeah, we can read the article.
Okay.
Bro, look at these characters, bro. There's no way you look at them and you tell yourself
I know that's right. I always chasing me and got no legs.
you're indistinguishable from the life. Look at that. Look at those trees, dog. Look at
Look at the trees. He said, look at those trees, though. I know the trees are weird. Oh.
the clouds. You think to yourself like, man, I don't know if this is real world or not.
Sharma calls the incident absolutely unfortunate and says that after Meta reviewed the incident, the company determined that the beta tester didn't utilize the safety features built in Horizon Worlds.
So they should have said it's your fault,
It's your
nigga.
fault.
We told.
Hey, look, we showed you where the answer was at. You chose not to use it. It's like car insurance. If they find out you didn't have your seatbelt on, they ain't gonna cover you.
Told you, bro. We told you what button to push, bro.
Including the ability to block someone
Whoa,
from
no,
interacting with
scroll
you.
up. See what she wrote.
Earlier this month, a beta tester posted the official Horizon group on Facebook about how her avatar was groped by a stranger. Sexual harassment is no joke on the regular internet.
It's no joke.
But being in VR adds another layer that makes it even more intense, she wrote. Not only was I groped last night, but there were other people who supported this behavior. Yo, bro, there was a movement.
so
there was a
serious.
What she means by there were other people who supported it, she means there were people in there laughing at whatever was happening. Which it probably was something like when I was in there. Check this out. When I was in there, like actually in that same situation with when I kept trying to push the doorbell on the button, like on the door thing to try to get into the light show. It was like I said, it was other people in there also trying to get into there. And it was like me and another guy were standing there both trying to poke at this button. And then we both got very amused by both of us doing like this, and our fingers were touching each other. Like our avatar fingers were touching, and we were just like going like this to our fingers. Like it was funny. Like it was funny. It's like some people are just super sensitive and just like to feel like everything is just about them no matter what, so they always got to feel offended, because to feel offended, then that means that whatever happened around them, they can say it happened to them, which means it was about them. And isn't that the point, to make it all about them? So, but that was funny. It was hilarious. It was funny. We both laughed our little asses off as we were like just doing like this.
movement for 6 months on VR chat where there was a meme that went viral about like some African, or you are the queen. You know that?
Oh,
Remember that shit?
yeah.
And they just mocked the whole African culture for 6 months, and everyone participated.
Uganda Knuckles?
Yes, Uganda knuckle meme, and everybody just rocked with it. Stop, bro.
Okay, what do you think would really happen?
With her?
Yeah. Do you even think it was like all that malicious? Do you think they were just joking? They were trolling her?
I wouldn't be surprised if they groped her.
No, but you think they were just trolling? Like she was.
Of course, they're not. Yeah, it's.
I know. What I'm saying is because eventually, like real predators are going to get on this thing and like are going to get off by the fact that they're touching somebody and they can hear them in their headset telling them a whole bunch of other stuff.
You can't like unclothe somebody, right?
I get that, but the fact that you're close to somebody, you can hear them talk to you. Predators are gonna get off on that.
That'd be wild.
I think
that would be wild.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly. But I think they're just trolling though. I feel like they're just trolling. Yeah. And there was a bunch of niggas like, oh, you're touching her. Like, I think that's what that was. That's what this sounds like.
Regardless, the fact that Meta just said that they reviewed the footage, which means they have footage of everybody, what you're doing on there is recorded.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, if I see you actually, there's someone saying no, and you're like, no, come here, then I'm going to your house and arresting you.
Whoa, what if?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a great way to find predators? I can't think of a better way.
But he would just be like, I was trolling.
Yeah, but now I got an eye on you.
Yo, having real life ramifications.
I'm not supporting surveillance invasion of privacy at all.
In the real world, you talking about in the metaverse.
But I'm not gonna lie.
You go in the metaverse and they be like, open up, but in the metaverse. And they put you in handcuffs in the metaverse.
Yo.
And every single time you log back in the metaverse, you're in jail already.
But then you have like a tag on you that says, you be done. You be done. You just make a new account at that point. You be done. Remember when the PlayStation VR came out, I tried it, and it felt like too much effort for me, and it wasn't enough payoff. I think what VR is missing
from doing that.
Yeah, if you do it long enough. The problem with VR for me for a while, and hopefully the metaverse figures this out, is movement. Movement in VR fucking sucks, because obviously you can't move around in your space, right? You have to stay still. So how do you move around? Most of the time you just click a button and teleport to locations, and that just threw it off for me. It didn't feel like a real...
Oh yeah, well now they do have it still where, like with my, whatever it's called, the Quest 2, you can teleport, like inside the metaverse you can teleport, like, you know, you click where you want to go and it just puts you there, or you can glide. They have both now, like, and the glide is smooth, like, so yeah, they already fixed that.
Real experience. Yeah, like you could throw it on and it'll feel a little bit more realistic, but knowing that you're stuck in this position fucking sucks. I think the metaverse is gonna solve a lot of those problems. So who knows? It'll be a lot of like UI and quality of life fixes in the years to come to make it like more seamless as the technology gets better. Yeah, the metaverse stuff is a little scary.
Yeah, and you create a barrier around yourself that if you step outside before you start, you trace a barrier. And if you step outside of that barrier, it literally turns into like a cage, a red cage for you. So you can tell when you stepped out. So it keeps you from like knocking over shit in your house or, you know, running into stuff. And you can make that barrier as big as large as however much space you have.
Scary is kind of exciting, but it's more scary than it's exciting.
I'm more so excited for it, honestly, because I just want to see what it gets pushed to.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for watching. It's your girl, J9E. And I will... like and subscribe to the video, hit up the notification bell button, and then I will catch you on the next one. Peace.